Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gaming Droid Army mateys, and welcome back to Pirate Droid and me, pirate ship in the making. And we have our Crystal Island, which has become my new farm and my new tree farm, happily ticking away. We've got some cactus growing. I have been doing a lot of grinding off screen. I haven't completed any quests, but I've been doing a lot of bits and pieces towards completing quests. So let's just show you what I have been up to in the meantime. I've moved my smeltery around and I have set this up as I did in the last episode. I've added a lava melter, which is adding lava to these tanks, and these tanks, the tanks feeding the smeltery for the melting. I have my survivalist generator and automatic sieve you've seen. I've divided out the really important things so that I can keep an eye on how much I've got, and then some of the things that use up a lot of space in the chest. Flint and apatite use up a huge amount of space in the chest, that's why they're here. These are the more important ones. So, I'll just show you the change to the ship design so far. So up here, I've added this. I think this looks quite cool as the siding of my ship. These are wood strips, so I can throw stuff out off the side of the ship. I also have my captain's aft castle with my boat wheel. That's the best I could do at building a boat wheel. I can't think of a better way to do it using microblocks, and there is no boat wheel in this pack. And then I have my little captain's desk with the drawers underneath, and the little flip-up desk as is standard on boats. I will be making myself a nicer desk using Bibliocraft, but to make the nicer desks from Bibliocraft I need feathers. These ones, the writing desks, I need feathers, and I don't have those yet. So, quest-wise, I have been doing a lot of grinding for metals and other similar materials, and having ground up a lot of, sieved through a lot of sand, dust and gravel, I have gathered a large number of metals and some other materials. This comes from sand, as do my ancient spores in here, which will allow me to make mycelium, which allows me to grow mushrooms. I've got an acacia seed and an exotic seed, rubber wood and acacia wood respectively. I also managed to get a couple of carrot seeds, some cocoa beans. So I've been ticking along quite nicely gathering materials. I've managed to get quite a few bits of skystone. There's some powdered tin, some yellorium, lapis, blaze powder. All this comes from sieving stuff. So let's have a look at the one thing that doesn't come from sieving that a lot of people don't actually know. This is a stone barrel. I used it to make my netherrack. This is lava. I am not making netherrack, I am making obsidian. And that is a really easy way to make obsidian early in the pack. You don't need complicated machines or anything. You can literally just use this. If you want, you can have one of these piping into a dozen of these. You can have a crucible piping into a dozen stone barrels, and then just a water run like this. As long as it's flowing water, or water that has an update tick, it will turn it into obsidian, and you can actually have loads of these going at once if you want lots of obsidian. So why do we want obsidian? Well, first off, obsidian bars, but also alamite. So let's have a look at our quests. In Learning to Skyblock we have the mycelium quest. I got this simply by collecting ancient spores. This allows me to turn dirt into mycelium, and that allows me to grow mushrooms, and also allows me to create witch water, which is used for some complicated not complicated, but some transformations of mobs and villagers and monsters and animals. Over in Tinker Toys we have completed a lot. Bronze. Bronze we complete by making 2 bronze ingots, which is a mixture of copper and tin, and that gives us another 2 bronze ingots of a slightly different type, but they work exactly the same way. They just don't stack with our current bronze ingots. Then we have redstone, which you get by making a gold ingot. Very self-explanatory, gives us a little bit of invar. We've got silver, again self-explanatory. We've got obsidian, which you've just seen me make in the lava barrel. You melt it down, turn it into ingots, and it gives you some extra obsidian. We then have platinum, self-explanatory, and diamond, self-explanatory. So all of that so far, wonderful, lovely jubbly stuff. Now we come to alumite. And alumite is a very nice but quite easy to make metal. We use 2 obsidian ingots, 2 iron ingots and 5 aluminium ingots together in the smeltery to make a complete batch. Otherwise you'll be making part batches. which is fine, but you'll end up with some little runoffs in your smeltery that this system won't cope with. Turn the system off so we don't drain out anything as it melts. So that is those quests. While my alamite is smelting up, I'm actually going to set up a power drive. I'm going to set up a stone generator. Because it's a quest and because it will probably provide me with slightly better power. So I need 2 gold, lots of iron, I need some stone, some cobblestone. So first thing I need to do is I need to make a redstone block because I need to make a power reception coil. Well, not a power reception coil, sorry, an RF engine. There we go. Then I need a furnace, and I need to put furnace, redstone, RF engine, and then stone. Nope, that's not right. Oh, sorry, I don't need the furnace, my mistake. So a stone generator. This is another source of power. It's, again, just as mobile as the Sliderless generator. Works the same way, it eats coal, but it produces more power per tick, but the coal doesn't last for as long. So you can see, instead of producing 5 per tick, this is producing 40 per tick, and the coal won't last as long in there as it would elsewhere. So it's not bad, it's not terrible, and we can pop the coal away. Now our alamite should have melted and mixed. So here has alamite. Alamite is a pretty nice metal to get hold of early on in the game. It provides you with some very nice tools, and because we're using the upgraded tinker, we can actually just replace parts of tools. So this has a flint axe head, so it might be worth replacing the flint axe head with a alamite pickaxe head. So I've gained a mastery skill level on this, and it's gained some moss, so it's a nice long lasting one. It's got plenty of moss on it. We need to take out alamite, and we can complete the alamite quest now. Tinker's Toys, alamite, gives me a 4th alamite ingot, which is very nicely received. Put that back and those away. I have completed the power generation quest, which takes me to the auto sieve quest, which gives me a reward bag, a jar of essentia unknown, and a jar of essentia unknown. So that's for Thorncraft later on. They can go away along with all my other get to you in a bit devices and things. So next on is the auto hammerer, and this is a major thing that's going to be highly useful for me. Automatic hammerer. So this is Invar, a pressure plate, an anvil, and a piston. So we need 1 redstone for the piston. We need 2 iron for the pressure plate. We need 6 Invar for the body. We need 1 aluminium for the piston. And we need an awful lot of iron to make that. So hopefully we will have enough iron. I think we do. If we don't, I shall just have to do a little bit more smashing. But the reason this is a worthwhile thing to make, even though it's quite expensive, is that once we've made it, we will actually be able to automate some of our work here. So pressure plate, that's why I had extra steel. Extra iron. I had almost exactly the right amount of iron. I had 1 iron more than I needed, which is very good. There we go. So that's the automatic hammerer, and I can attach this to one of my power sources, or both of my power sources actually, because I think if I pick this up it doesn't lose any power. Let's hope that's right. Correct. So this will now automatically smash, so I can make gravel without sort of sitting around waiting. The only thing is a source of sort of consistent power is somewhat limited because these things are burning our materials. We do have our wood farm and our food farm sort of ticking away, so we get materials slowly. It would be nice to have a wind or solar farm set up, a wind or solar generation system set up, but that's a little bit a ways away, unfortunately. Just continue to gather up some bits and pieces. I've also been making some dirt and sieving some dirt, and that's where I got the acacia wood sapling tree from. The acacia wood sapling tree, acacia wood seed, sapling seed. So that's completed auto smelter, or auto hammerer. That gets us 64 dust, and that dust can go straight into the sieve, and they can continue to work away. How much coal do I have? 64. Take out 18 of my coal and make it into charcoal blocks, or sorry, into coal blocks, and we can power that for 2 hours and 13 minutes of 5 seconds, and that for however long that lasts. There we go. That will keep that going quite happily. So the next one we've got here is Witch Water, and that allows us to summon Endermen. It also allows us to transform some creatures, but we have hand grinding. Hand grinding will be useful as well. So I need 3 of these, and I need some wood sticks, and I need some stone, and I think I need some cobble as well. And the first thing we need is a wooden wheel. So we go wheel, quartz, and I think it's stone and cobble. Is it? No, it's not. Let's have a look then. I was hoping I could do it without thinking. Other way around. There we go. And then nope. It is this shape. And a grinding handle. And this allows us to grind things up using our sort of own impetus. We can stand there and grind things manually. So if I put in a cobble, nope, it doesn't take a cobble. If I put in something that could get ground up into a powder, then it would just grind up. I can grind up obsidian, for instance. Nope, not that. That. So in the meantime, these will be happily sort of generating me materials for grinding and sieving and generating metals and things like that. I could have a full heart, but I haven't used up it. I haven't died yet, so I'm going to grab a reward bag and get myself some bacon jerky, because, you know, that's what I need. I need food, not metal or cool rewards or magical items. No, jerky. I hate you. And we'll come back down. I'll drop off my bones in here for the meantime. So that's that quest completed. The next quest sort of quest we have the mycelium quest. We've got quests in farm. We've got to milk, but I have no access to cows. We've got to build a book, but I don't have access to feathers. We have to make ardite, but that's a nether mineral. So tool storage, oak tool rack. That needs an iron ingot. I'm going to keep my iron ingot for now. That will require iron. Portable tank. I think that's copper and glass. The portable tanks allow you to fill them with liquids and move liquids around. However, these tanks do just the same. I can fill this with liquid, break it, and it contains the liquid after I've broken it. So I suppose portable tanks have their uses, but it's not something that's absolutely vital for you to have immediately or have all the time when you're playing this particular mod pack, because you have access to the smeltery tanks. That gets me sausages in bread, so more food. All the food. That looks like it completely fills my hunger as well, so those are quite valuable. Pop those away in the fridge for now. But that's been another episode here on Sky Pirates of Agrarian Skies, and as you can see, my ship's ticking along quite nicely. I've got my birch log edged cabin, which is growing quite well. I've got my control platform. As I said, I think it's a bit short. If that's the back end and that's the front end, I think it's a bit short, but I also think it's coming along quite nicely as a skyship. So any design ideas, any suggestions, any questions about Aggie Skies, or just any comments, leave them in the comment box below, in the comments below. If you have liked it, like it. If you don't like it, dislike it, and leave me some feedback. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you again next time.